Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my cooking channel. Today I'm going to make the all-time favorite everybody loves and adore, some shrimp and grits. And as you know from my last video, I love for my food to be colorful. I love colorful food. So I'm going to be using some of this. I have onion. These are yellow onion, Valdea onion. I have scallions, tomatoes, orange pepper, red pepper, green pepper, and yellow pepper. And that's what I'm going to put in there. I have a little garlic and some ginger paste. And then for the spices that I'm going to put on my shrimp, I have sazon, I have obey, I have Goya, I have black pepper, onion powder, little parsley flakes. And that's what I'm going to be seasoning my shrimp with. There is no shortage of spices, for real. So we're going to saute the shrimp. I have some andouille sausage that we're going to saute as a kind of a garnish. You know, I like andouille sausage when you cooking something like shrimp and grits. Most people eat shrimp and grits for breakfast, so that'd be a nice touch to it. I'm going to be using Quaker old-fashioned grits. I like it because I like my grits to cook a long time. I'm going to be adding some better than bouillon in my grits. I always cook my grits in milk. I'll put a little water to that, and I have Kerrygold butter here that I'm going to be using to saute, to add to my grits, and to saute with a little bit of coconut oil. I'm going to use this coconut oil. I have several kinds of oils, but I'm going to use this to saute my vegetables and my shrimp in. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start my saucepan for the grits because the grits take longer than anything else. That was 2 cups of milk. I'm going to add 2 cups of water to that. Okay, 2 cups of milk, 2 cups of water. While I'm standing here, let me go ahead and add some of the better than bouillon. That makes your grits taste so good. A lot of people don't use this, don't even know about this, but I know about it, and I'm sharing it with you. Because your grits don't really lump up too much when you have it in there already. So that's why I like to cook with it in there. So let's go ahead and get my grits on the stove. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, not much, and just a touch of salt. We're also going to be adding cheese to my grits a little bit later, but that's when they're just about done. So we'll add the cheese to the grits when they're close to getting done. For now, we're just going to bring it up to a nice little small boil. So we want to be careful with the milk. You don't want it to boil too fast because it may scorch at the bottom, so you want to be careful. But I am going to add a lid to it, and I'm going to turn this down to probably about a medium, just so I can keep my eye on it. In the meantime, what I'm going to do over here on this pan, I'm going to add a little bit of grapeseed oil to this. Ooh. Oh, still waiting for butter to... So let's go ahead and add this. The milk is warm enough. It's melting the butter nicely. So I don't really measure my grits. You can just go by the instructions on your label to determine how much you want to put in there. And so I normally look at what my spoon is giving me. Okay, so I think that should be enough. That was probably about a cup, maybe a little bit, about a cup that I put in here. It's 4 cups of liquid, so 1 cup of grits. And we're going to let that just go ahead and cook, get started cooking. And then we'll stir it occasionally. sausage in. Okay, grits are coming along nicely, and so it takes a while for them to cook, and we're going to let it just sit here and do its thing. I have it on, I'm going to cook it, put it down on medium so it doesn't scorch. It's at a boil right now, so definitely we're going to bring it down some. So I'm putting it on like 3 on my stove because I don't want it to cook too fast. These are the old-fashioned grits, so you definitely don't want them to cook fast. You want them. I don't like my grits when somebody cooks me grits and they're gritty. Ugh. Okay, it's a nice sear on my sausage. I'm gonna go ahead and get these out of here. Turn the stove off. Remember, these are just going to be a garnish for my shrimp and grits. We're going to turn this down a little bit so it can cook a little bit slower. But it's cooking nicely. You know, with grits, you always have to stir occasionally. That looks good. I like how this is coming along. May add a little bit more water to it. Matter of fact, let me do that. Add just a little bit more because I really want it to cook well. And I want it to take its time. And like I said, before these are done, I'm going to add a little cheese to it. Watch. Okay, so what I'm adding now is a little bit of natural coconut oil to the pot. I'm going to saute my vegetables first, and then a little bit of butter. And this is Kerrygold. Coming along nicely. I don't want them so thick that they are too stiff. But this is good. This is really good. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some cheese to this. So I'm going to crumble up some American cheese. And then I'm going to add a little bit of shredded Velveeta. A little. You can use whatever kind of cheese you like, but I like this cheese in my grits. I don't think I'd put it anywhere else. But let's mix that up. I'm going to add some butter to this as well. A little bit of Kerrygold. What is grits without butter? And I'm going to just let this hang out on low. I ain't going to do nothing else to it. So what I'm going to do now is start sauteing. This is coconut oil and a little bit of butter. So of course I have onion. I always want to start with your onion. That'll help flavor the oil. And also my tomato. because I want the tomato to cook a little bit longer than everything else. Once I put the lid on this, it's going to make a nice gravy. Have a little bit of green onion. I'll save some for the end. Go ahead. And I'm going to add to this garlic and some ginger paste. To this, I'm going to add a little bit of Old Bay. Not much. I'm going to add some Kinder's caramelized onion butter. So good. Can you imagine? And then for color, we're going to put a little bit of saffron in there. Because they have paprika in there, so that gives you really good color. I'll add a little bit of black pepper to this as well. Remember, I put a lot of seasoning already in my shrimp, so I'm not going to put that much of anything in here. But I'm building flavors. This is how you build flavors. We're building flavors now. To that, I'm going to add a little red pepper. Orange, that's orange. Yellow and green pepper and red pepper. Look at that. That's some good grits right there. Now that's what you call some good eating. If you don't like grits, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. This is one of my favorite things to have for breakfast. I probably got some cooked grits in my refrigerator right now that I haven't finished off yet from breakfast a couple days ago. But I love to have grits. I'm a definitely Southern girl when it comes to eating. So let's take a look at this. Wow. Don't that look good? I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of this butter that I have left. This Kerrygold butter. Let me go ahead and put that in there. Wow, that looks good. I'm going to move this stuff over to the side. And I'm going to introduce my shrimp to this. I was going to take the peppers out, but I think, why? Why should I? Let's just add the shrimp right on in there. Look at that. Let's add all that because I want that juice too. Of course, you know how long it takes for shrimp. Not too long for shrimp to cook. I don't like my peppers and everything to be too soggy, so I thought this would be a great time to add it to the pot. Shrimp is cooking nicely. Time to mix this all together and call it a day. Now you tell me you wouldn't like to have this for breakfast? I'll have this for dinner. Maybe even lunch. This is a nice brunch. So if you want something quick, look at that juice that's going to go on top of them grits. And you know what I would have put in here if I had some? Some okra. Oh my God. I did that before with okra. You talking about something fantastic. I'm sure I have frozen okra, but I would prefer fresh. So, there you go. There's your shrimp for your shrimp and grits. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this off because it doesn't need to cook anymore. So it took us about 5-6 minutes to cook that. You start your grits first because that takes the longest. You can saute your sausage. You can actually put that right on in there now, but I'm not going to do that because not all of my family likes sausage. And so I'll put that on the side and I'll just add it to my dish. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and get this plated up for you. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and plate this up. Let me move the grits over here. Oh, this looks so good. Oh my God. Now, I don't know which one of my family members is going to eat this, but they're going to be full. They eat all this. Okay, let's go ahead and add some. Look at that. Look at that. Let's get some peppers. All this goodness in here. I'm going to add a few of these sausages. Just because I like them. In there. Give you another flavor to your palate. There you go. That's my shrimp and grits.